Hello again, my friends. I've got a few new tools for you in Streamer.bot that'll be absolutely free for you to download. So, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time. Let's get into them. All right, let's start with my Bot Eliminator. This is simply just a way for you to compile an entire list of bots for Twitch and YouTube to make sure that whatever action you want to apply this to, you don't have your bots interfering with it. So the Bot Eliminator is actually going to be something I'm going to be referencing quite a bit when it comes to future projects that I do in Streamer.bot, because I'm already going to be grabbing the information that is gathered by the Bot Eliminator and automatically applying it to many things I'm going to be making in the future. The first of which I did this for was the achievement system, because when I was developing the achievement system, I realized that I wanted to make sure that a list of bots just to be ignored was going to be easy and easy to maintain. And so the Bot Eliminator is actually packaged with my achievement system that currently is only available for my beta tester tier subscribers. But I also wanted to make this to where you can take this and make it useful in anything. So let me show you how it's going to work. So here in the main action that is the Bot Eliminator, this just holds the code. Now, all this is going to do is just run everything we need to make sure that, we can put together this list. So to do that, you would just right click on the test trigger up on top, and that's going to bring up my exclusion manager. So this is literally where you type in every single one of the bot names that you want to make sure get ignored. So for instance, I have stream elements. I have my bot already set when it comes to excluding them from Twitch. I also have Felix excluded from YouTube as well. But to make sure that I'm also going to be ignored, because most of the time I don't want to participate in pretty much anything, so I just add my name to a new line. I can also add another bot if I wanted to. Each bot needs to be on its own individual line. Then, once you're done, you just hit save. And voila, that is done. Now, to show you that it keeps and it's going to draw from the same stuff every single time, I have two different variables that get put together: the exclude Twitch and the exclude YouTube. So if I look, you can see that the names are in here. Now, they look squished together, but that's because the break for each line doesn't actually go in here when read. So it doesn't show up when you're looking at it, but it does exist. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do I use this in order to put it to anything I want? All you got to do is go to ignore that guy checker. I'm very creative in these names, let me tell you. But what you're going to do is you're going to take this and make sure that it is applied into your actions. And all you have to do is go to your sub actions. You're just going to right click, go to core. You're going to go to actions and then hit run action. Then you just flip through the list, find the Bot Eliminator and hit ignore that guy checker, hit select and add it in. Now here it is right here. Now the one thing you want to make sure you do is if you have something like Twitch ad info from Target, you want to have this come in after that part, because what this is going to do is read the username information that is being supplied by whatever's being added to this. So if it's a chat message, it's going to get that username from the chat message. If you're doing Twitch ad info user from Target, then you're going to get that from that sub action. But anything that would give you the information of someone, you want to put that after that point. Sometimes that's going to be a trigger, sometimes that'll be the sub action. But you want to make sure this occurs anywhere before the rest of your action would go through. Now, if you want to add this and use it in a form to moderate certain people in your streams because maybe they're abusing channel points. So what this will do is once that action is triggered, once it hits that run action, it's going to check for that information. If it finds a match, it will block that person completely. That'll be for bots, or if you want to use this for moderation, you can actually apply this to anybody. And in fact, with that in mind, I added one more thing for you guys, and it's the action called add that guy. And all you have to do is trigger exclamation point ignore and then put the person's name in your chat, and voila, they are now added to that list to ignore. Now, silly me, I haven't added anything to remove people, but that's not how I'm using it, and I just thought of this as I was making this video, so that'll be an update that'll come eventually. But for now, to remove somebody, all you'd have to do is go into your test, and you would just find the name, you'd remove it like so, and then just hit save. And that is the Bot Eliminator. It is going to be something I will be using quite often, so if you download stuff from me, you're going to wind up with it eventually probably, but if you want to start using it now, it's available. All right, so the next one I'm going to mention here for you guys is the Twitch subscriber tracker, and this is exactly what it sounds like. I built this specifically because I wanted to make sure that if I was making videos, I can put the thank yous down right here, and I can make it accurate as I go, depending on who's been subscribed in the last 30 days. And so with that, anytime somebody subscribes, resubscribes, gifts subs, does a gift bomb, however that goes, that's going to be recorded and made sure that I can reference that at any point in a text file. And it's a very simple setup. It is just one action, automatically gets triggered by anything that is a Twitch subscription. Here, you're just going to set your file path. So wherever you are saving the text file that you want, you just drop it in here. And then it will take care of everything on its own. Now, to show you that this works, I will bring up mine, which I currently have in my OBS folder. And here it is. This shows you in the past 30 days that I have had things active. These are all the subscriptions I've gotten, and if they are a resub, if they're a gifted sub, if it was a brand new sub, it would tell me. Either way it goes, it shows me and it fills it out. This way I have this information on hand at any time if I need it. Now, one of the great things is that this will take off anything older than 30 days every time you load Streamer.bot. So if it's older than 30 days, it's getting removed from this log and only the new stuff will be there. So anything within the past 30 days. This makes it so much easier for me to go, wow, who's still subscribed so I can thank them? Who's still, who's been gifting subs? Who do I really need to thank for all these massive gift bombs that have been coming my way? Now I have a way to do this. And honestly, it's really up to you how you would want to use this. It's just a nice way for you to have that as a reference in case you needed to make sure that, you have an accurate list of who is subscribed and who isn't. And that's all automatic. All you got to do is make the text file, direct it to where that text file is, and you're done. It'll take care of the rest. Now, it's always good to take care of those who are subscribed and everything, but what about people who have been gone for a while? And maybe you forgot that they existed and they come back and they're like, wow, this person didn't remember me. I've got that figured out for you. I had to come up with an answer for that for myself because I have a terrible memory sometimes. And so I put together my viewer last seen. And simply what this is anybody who hasn't been around in the past 30 days gets marked as, hey, we haven't seen them in over 30 days. And then I have something that will trigger to welcome them back and say, wow, we've missed you. Thank you for coming back, which helps me remember, oh yeah, that person's been here before, because I'm terrible at remembering. And honestly, when you're trying to build a community, you do want to make sure that you're able to recognize people who are coming back. Maybe they had something go on in their life, but you want to be able to engage them specifically. So this is just another way to help you be able to manage this without having to feel overwhelmed. So here I have the last seen code, and the way I've set this up is that you can either have this all stored within Streamer.bot's variables on their own, or you can have this saved as a text file on your computer. But once you set whether you want to use the text as a file, whether you want to do that or not, then this will be ready to go. It's going to look at everybody's first words, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. And it's going to check those messages and see, hey, when was the last time they were in here? That way we can either welcome them back after they've been missing for so long, or we know that they've been here, they should be here, or they're brand new. And most times Twitch tells you if they're brand new. So when you first load up Streamer.bot, what happens is this fires off the Streamer.bot started trigger, and this is going to go in and it's going to look at the list of users you have, the dates for them and when they were last active, and then determine from there whether they have been in your streams or whether they have been gone for a very long time. When they come back in, we'll recognize that, and then we'll fire off our special way of making this happen. Now, when I say a special way of making it happen, I left this completely up to you. I didn't build anything in particular that will tell you what to do or put it, force you into a way of having to welcome somebody back, because everybody wants to welcome people back in their own way. It comes into this user returned action. And so somebody comes back after 30 days, this action automatically gets triggered. And you'll see here, it's going to get the temp global of, hey, last seen this user, and it's going to put name. So if you want to bring up their name, all you got to do is use the % with name in between them, and that way you can bring their name in for any way you want to do it. But this is literally open for however you want to build your way of welcoming people back. I gave you a generic, this person's back after 30 days on Twitch and YouTube, and that's it. So this you can build up however you want. I left it open for that reason, because maybe you wanted to have like confetti come flying down, or maybe you wanted to have, some sort of fanfare play. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. But I wanted to give you the ability to recognize people when they're coming back to your stream when you haven't seen them in forever. Now, I do got to give you a little bit of a warning on this. This only works once they've stopped in after you installed this, because it's not tracking people like this natively. So once you have this installed and it is automatically working, it's going to take everybody that shows up from that point on and work that system that way. So it's not going to catch everybody who comes back into your stream immediately, but over time, it's going to work out. But those are the 3 tools I wanted to give to you guys absolutely free. It is on my shop at shop.osuphoenix.tv, along with some other amazing tools and things that you can use that are completely free to you guys. There's also things that are strictly only available for my subscribers. So I hope these help you out in some way, shape, or form. If you like to get stuff like this, keep following me. I also do tutorials. You can learn a lot. I don't know, whatever you want to do. But I've got to go pack up my house and get ready to move. So I will catch you guys on the next video, and I hope you make the best of these tools.